Hey guys, how's it going? I don't know how much of a desire there is for this information, but generally what I'm trying to show here is how to make a little bit of home brew. You can call it apple cider or you can call it apple wine. I'm playing with a few different recipes. I've been brewing this stuff. Actually, I'll show you what I've got going on in here. That right there, of course it's kind of dark, it's in my closet, but anyway, what that is a 2-gallon pickle bucket, believe it or not, or any type of food grade bucket, and then it's got a hole drilled in it, and then that on the top there is a fermenter. This is going to be real hard for you to see because I don't have a light on here. But anyway, I got 2 gallons of just my regular recipe, but right here I'm going to show you how easy and how cheap you can get started in this hobby. Okay, the 3 balloons that are up, generally what that is, that's carbon, I want to say carbon dioxide, that's coming out of it's a fermenting process. The yeast is eating the sugar and it's going to give off a gas. The gas fills up the balloon. Well, I've got a hole poked in each balloon. So once the gas gets up to a certain pressure, then the hole in the balloon will let the pressure off. But as you can see, 3 out of 4 is up. The 3 is actually 2 of them's brown sugar, 1 of them's no sugar. The 4th one is actually white sugar, granulated sugar, like I usually use, like in the one that's in the closet, and it's kind of not performing. Now, I think it will. I think it'll step up to bat by the time this is all said and done. It's a little bit slower process, I guess, but generally what we're looking at here, straight up apple juice. I like the dry taste. I like how it turns out, you know. And we're not talking about 6-month wine. We're talking about 21-day wine. I mean, this stuff will be fermented in about 14 to 16 days. Set it in the fridge or something and let it clear out a little bit just for appearance, and you're ready to drink this stuff. I mean, it's that easy. And honestly, there's no sense in battling a batch of 6 gallons of wine that 6, 8, 9 months later it still tastes like crap. This stuff here tastes great. I mean, it's real quick, real easy. But again, like I said, this is an experiment, so I'm trying some different stuff. These 3, 2 of the 3 have brown sugar, 1 of them has no sugar. Now to show you how simple this process can be, the one that is in the middle there that's fermenting, that, take a look here, that's what's in it. Well, sorry about that. Okay, it's just straight juice and then a teaspoon of fast yeast, quick bread yeast is what, go in any supermarket. So you're talking about right here, I paid $1.18 for the bottle of juice, and then I paid less than $1 for 3 packages of the fast yeast, which 1 teaspoon is about a half of a package of 1 yeast. So we've got about $1.25 into 64 ounces of what this is going to turn into. So it's a real cheap hobby. And again, the balloons, you just want a party balloon that you're going to be able to stretch over what you're trying to do. Poke 1 hole in it. If it does get too much pressure on it, the air will come out of that hole. This is great for experimentation. Now this one here, a little bit more in depth. As you can see, straight juice, a half a cup of light brown sugar. 1 box of 1.15 ounce box of raisins, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, and 1 teaspoon of quick yeast. Same yeast, about a half a pack. Okay, and then this one here, because it's a whole gallon, and I'm still trying because it's experimentation. I'm still trying. I got 64 ounces of apple juice, so this is half apple juice, half water, because 128 ounces, of course, make a gallon. 1 cup of light brown sugar, a box of raisins, 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, and a half a pack of quick dry yeast. Again, as you can see, the fermentation process is going great on these 3. This 4th one, I tried something else. 64 ounces of juice, a cup of white sugar. Now, I did put a can of pears with no sugar added in that, a box of raisins, and half a pack of quick yeast. The pears may have threw it off. I don't know. Again, this is experimentation. I probably got about $6 in all this setting here. So it's definitely worth, seeing what you like the taste of and what you don't like the taste of. But the beauty of using a balloon for an airlock, and most people just have a desire to be a little more sophisticated eventually. But honestly, I've made a lot of wine this way, and that balloon will literally pretty much stay like that. One day you're going to come in, look at your wine, the balloon's going to be just laid over, just like this one here. It's just going to be laid over. You're done. You're done fermenting. When it's laying over, when these fall over like that, they're done fermenting. Okay, then I'm going to step on the process because I'm going to start making sparkling and carbonated, which is going to be, you know, if I keep doing the videos, that's going to be a totally different video. But anyway, I just want to show you what I had here generally. And like I said, if you just want to just try as cheap as possible, of course, this is going to be you buy a 64-ounce bottle of no sugar added apple juice. Okay, and then you're going to put in, you can put in a whole pack of yeast, but generally it's going to make more sludge at the bottom, so to speak. So you can put half a pack of yeast in. But you know, this stuff tastes pretty good. I mean, there's going to be settlement. There's going to be a lot of stuff that's going to settle at the bottom and different stuff like that. Different ways to handle that. You can, you know, wait for it to clear. You can just drink it. I've drank it, you know, as soon as that stuff ferments and it's cold, as soon as that balloon falls over and it's cold in my fridge, I've drank it, and it does what it's supposed to do. So I mean, it's not a huge on-taking as far as, you know, making stuff happen with this. Yeast, sugar, and even water, you know, that would make you a brew. Anyway, and as you may have noticed, there's a Mr. Beer sitting right there. It's 2 gallons. That makes 2 gallons of beer. Decent kit. Not real impressed with the tap on it, but it's a pretty good kit. That's what's in that box underneath them is 4 half-gallon growlers that are carbonating of a West Coast Pale Ale. Put them in the box there because I'm afraid that you know, because it is glass bottles, they haven't been carbonated before. These bottles have not, so if they do break, they're going to stay in the case, and if not, then here in about 7 days I'm going to have some good tasting beer. I'll tell you how that goes too. But anyway, if this is the kind of stuff you're interested in, I've been playing with it quite a bit. I've had some products, some stuff that's turned out really good, and I've also had some stuff that just didn't. It tasted horrible. But playing around with it and stuff, it's actually a pretty easy and cheap hobby to get into. And if you like to, you know, if you like to take a drink of what you're making, there's definitely some ways to get into it and, you know, see what you can do with it. You know, different seasonings, different sugars, different yeasts. I've tried some wine yeast and different stuff, and honestly, the bread yeast, in my opinion, but I like to be able to drink, you know, what I make within 21 days or so. I don't want to wait 6 months to a year. But I've had better luck with the just straight up, you know, grocery yeast. This stuff here, you can go to Walmart, Kmart, you can go to Food Giant, or, you know, any type of grocery store, and you can make this whole setup happen. So, and that's kind of what's important to me is not ordering a bunch of crap off the internet, which with my beer, to play with the beer, you do have to order stuff. You do have to keep stuff on hand, different stuff like that. It's a lot more of a process. I'm telling you, that bottle right there in the middle, all that is juice and yeast. And because I didn't put sugar in it, it's probably only going to be somewhere between 5 to 7% alcohol. But you can take that same thing, put you a couple cups of sugar in it, or maybe a cup just because it's only 64 ounces. But you put a cup of sugar in that and do the exact same thing, and it's going to bump it up to probably 10 to 13 for the alcohol percentage. But anyway, if you're interested in this stuff, just let me know. Just leave me a comment. I'll be happy to post some more stuff for you. I think this stuff's cool. I may be the only one, but it definitely interests me. Thanks, guys.